Hello gamers, Matt Lemke here with Through Gamer Goggles and another edition of Figure Forge. Today in Figure Forge we are going to build the Protectorate of Menoth Repentor Light Warjack. This Warjack has a lot of pieces, as you can see. Comes the base. Comes with two legs. Pull those out of the way. Tabard piece, hip joints, the flail, the right arm, a shield piece for the right arm, right shoulder, head, left shoulder, the flamethrower, head protector, exhaust pipes, and the torso. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull all these pieces out real quick so that I don't get them mixed up, and we're going to jump around a lot so that some of these pieces have extra time to dry with the glue. So we're going to start with the torso piece, or I'm sorry, that's a hip. We're going to start with the hip piece, and we're going to take one of my tricks from before, and we're going to take some glue that I have on a bag, just dab it and attach it. Hold that there for a couple seconds. I'm going to set that off screen so it can dry. And then we're going to move to the center piece. We're going to do a little bit of work here right off the bat. We're going to put the head in as best we can right now. We're going to go and drop a dab of glue in there. Bam. Just like that. Then we're going to take the round part of the head and put it in that hole. Let it sit there for a second. And we're going to flip it over. Hopefully we're going to do this without losing the head. We're going to drop some glue in here. And we're going to put this back exhaust piece on that can only fit one way. It's kind of a P-shaped, so you put that in there like that. And then we're going to set that off screen and let it dry. And then we're going to come back over here to the right arm, and we're going to put the shield on real quick. It's form-fitted, just like the back piece is. You put a little drop of glue in there, and this shield can only go in one way. So you put that shield in there. Then I'm going to set it off screen, let it dry. Then I'm going to grab the hips again and we're going to assemble the legs. The legs have their own unique holes. This one, which is the right leg, has a P shape. The left is more of a square cut. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that side since I know that that's right. Just a little drop of glue. It doesn't take a lot to fill that hole. And be careful when you're doing this that you don't knock off the tabard piece. Now, I'm not a fan of pre-painting my models, but on this guy, maybe I should have considered that. Because it's going to be tough to get in here to paint his legs. It's going to be tough to get in here and paint his legs because that is one tight fit. Or maybe I should have waited to put the tabard on. Well, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the other side. Just a drop of glue. Then we're going to grab the legs and put it together. And you have functional legs. Set that off to the side. Go back to our centerpiece, or the torso piece, I guess you would say. And we're going to take this head piece and we're going to put it on just like that. You want the beaded, jeweled end to cover the jack's head. Now, notice that's a big hole. You're not going to fill that all with glue. You're just going to put the glue around the edges. Drop there, drop there, drop there, drop there. If you got a crummy paintbrush that you're thinking about getting rid of, this is a good time to ruin it. Just make a little pile of glue off to the side and brush it on there. Now, I would recommend that at this joint here, you got the divot there and you got the ball for the shoulder. I would recommend that you go ahead and magnetize that, because then you could pivot this around, make his arms move, give your game a little bit more dynamics as you're playing. I think it's more interesting personally, but I am not perfect. So the next step for me is I'm going to put him on his legs. So I'm going to go ahead and put a drop of glue in this divot here, just like that. And then I'm going to take the legs, I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to gently hold him there until he's dry. Which I just glued my two fingers together, so this might make things a little bit more difficult. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit of a tilt to him. I like the fact that he's kind of checking out the battlefield. When I say tilt, I mean a little twist in his torso, like he's scanning. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little hit of zip kicker here. Move these mini parts out of the way first so I don't cover them. Okay. We almost have a jack. Looks like he's running. I like it. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the right hand side. Whoops, dropped my jack. And we're going to go ahead and put the shoulder in. Just a little drop of glue, and there's probably a little bit of zip kicker in there, so this is going to dry pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and put that spike right to the top. Oh, maybe there's not zip kicker in there, that's barely drying. We're going to go ahead and flip it over. We're going to go right to the other side. Put a drop in there. That's the wrong arm. His arm. Make sure it's the right side. Well, I really, if this was a showpiece, I would put his arm up here like he's swinging it down. But since this is a model I'm probably going to play with, I'm going to keep it in a little tighter to the body because it's easier to play with. I'm going to keep it in tighter. I'm going to keep it in tighter. So now I'm going to go ahead and put a little dab of glue in the beveled portion of the flamethrower. No, this is the flail arm. And like I said before, I'm going to keep it tight to the body just so it's easier to put away. I kept that really tight to the body. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with the flamethrower. I'm going to keep it tight, as tight to the body as I can, because I want to be able to put this away safely without breaking any of the pieces. And again, I'm going to put a little dab of glue in the beveled portion or the divoted portion of the flamethrower. Now, yeah, it's going to make it a little bit tougher to paint. Actually, it's probably going to make it a lot tougher to paint. But for the longevity of my model, I'll make the sacrifice and spend a little more time painting my model. Now he's pretty much done. There's only one piece left, and that's his flail. I don't think I'm going to glue this piece in this little hole. I am just going to go like this. It only goes in one way. That way, when I go to put him away, put it down there on his base and put him in the foam. And when I go to play again, all I got to do is pop it back in. I know that the flail is swinging forward, just like that. Give you a little bit more dynamic shot here, so you can see the front. That's another episode of Figure Forge. Thank you, gamers, for watching through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the posts. Hopefully we'll have forums up in the next month or two. Also, you can always go to privateerpress.com and check out their forums and all their machines and warjacks and casters, and of course they always have the other game hordes. Thank you very much.